start shaking. A little bit of glue, a little bit of carpentry. So I was at a swap meet very recently looking for bodies and heads, and I managed to find a really decent body, a couple of bodies actually, and a decent head that's missing the side cover here. Okay, but today's episode is to discuss this head that I also got as part of a package deal. The guy ended up just throwing it in. He says, hey, take it. You know what? It is obviously, it stinks. It is in terrible condition. And a lot of people turn their nose up to it, but you know, like I said, never judge a book by its cover. What I look for are the bits and pieces that I need when refurbishing my stuff, or if I need for reference or things like that. So let me talk about it. Okay, it is, I can't open it because it kind of fell apart on the way here, and I obviously helped it a little bit by taking what I need. But anyway, let's look at what's good about this thing. So this piece here, which is on the side of the head, is going to be grafted onto that head there. Okay, so assuming I even paid for it right away, I'm making money because this is the piece needed to go onto here. Okay, and also if you see, this piece is broken and it's cracked on the bottom there. This is the receiver for the back glass. Well, I know it's not in the nicest of shape, but here's that same piece. It's salvageable, but it gets better. So now, not only do I have a couple of sides to work with, and a piece this one is relatively difficult to try to duplicate on a table saw. I've got, yes, this is disgusting, the bottom, but I've got a template, again, for making another one. I've got a 3-dimensional box here that will help me with measurements, with where all the dados go, and all that good stuff. Got some pieces here. Yep, they're rusted, but they're available. I've got the bottom hinges, which you cannot find. Okay, trade bait for somebody else. Let's get into a little bit more here. Okay, it's gonna follow, like literally. Here's the top. Again, how did they build this thing? Well, this is how they made it. Again, this piece here is attached to this surround, and it will easily come apart. Take it apart right here. Okay, I'll try to take it apart after. Put you down. Actually, I'll try it. Hold on here. All I really use is just a rubber mallet. Get a stand here. When these things weren't made brand new 40 years ago, they're very stiff. They were built very well, glued, you know, in some cases doweled, screwed, nailed, all that good stuff. But again, that was 40 years ago. And things just start to come apart. So I'm just gonna use a mallet here. I think you can see me. Yeah. There we go. Again, this is probably left outside. That's why it's all weathered, but here, perfect size. I'm not going to go through the exercise of trying to save this because it's obviously very weathered, but nonetheless, it's going to give me a perfect 3D example of what I need. And here's the top. Here's the relationship of how the top is made. The top being this piece right here. Makes sense. If you were going to make one, yeah, you got a piece of whatever, ash. Don't forget to cut that groove in there. I made that mistake on the last scratch build, and the back glass actually has to go into this groove before it sits back down. And if you don't have this groove in there, it won't be big enough. This is another custom piece. This little angle piece that the back glass goes into. Again, let's explore what people pass down and turn their nose to. So we've got a hinge. We've got display holders. Okay, we've got the hooks that secure the lamp board. All right. Okay, let's peel back the onion here. Got these. This is for the power supply. Okay, this is for the lock, for the glass lock. And you also see the relationship with the ground straps. Okay, let's look in here. A lot of people see garbage. I see a perfectly good lamp board that, yeah, might not be for work, but you can learn how to, you know, your soldering skills, things of that nature. Who knows, it might even work. We've got a wiring harness. Yes, it is ugly, but it's a wiring harness. Can we pin it? Yeah, we can probably pin it. We got a, what's that, through 18 pin connector there. That goes to there. Got these connectors here, which you can't get anymore. Okay, we've got the bracket, the board hold downs. Okay, let's look on the inside. We've got this digit display wire for the wiring. Got another wiring harness for the back box. Okay, again, we got the hinge. We'll end up scrapping the lamp board, but again, overall big picture, we've got a 3D, live 3D example to take measurements. You go to the home store with the measurements, you can get them to cut the panels for you, and you just put it together. Okay, so I'll just show it to you. Things look like it's carved out like a chicken. Okay, here's just to show you how, yeah, so obviously you ain't reusing this. But again, got the perfect measurements to figure out what we're going to need to do it. So anyway, like I said, for a free cabinet, oh, basically free, negotiated in the deal, one of those, just throw it in. I'm going to make this one whole. I have another body here, which we are going to refinish. To look like something like this. It is a long video. This is a complete, and I'll show you how we did it. But for now, okay, so here it is. I've disassembled it. I've taken all the pieces off. Again, a 3D example. If you're gonna make new tins like I've done in other videos, here's your measurements. You know, if you want to take these off and reuse them, I don't think so. But anyways, top, bottom, the sides. Okay, these are the angle pieces. Again, 3D represented. You can just copy them. This is the bottom of the head. This is what bolts on to the body. You need these measurements. They have to be exact, so you get the bolts to fit, and you get, this is nice to replicate it, just to make it original. Here's the inside of the back box. Yeah, this obviously it's garbage, but again, here's a good sample for you to take measurements, and to also take measurements for the tins. Okay, moving on to, this is everything. This is a new head in a box. Yes, it's rusty, it's crusty, but tumble, evapor rust, and you'll be back to new in no time. Oh, also, where these things all came off too. Like where all these pieces come off, there's your pilot holes for where the new ones go on. So this is for the light board, where that rest is, that piece of metal right here. If you're you know, if you're going to redo it, you know where it is, and you know where it is in relation to the rest of it. Here's the sides. Again, these are one of these is gonna get repurposed for that other head I have. Here's the light box. Here's the wiring harness. Yes, it's crusty. It's gonna go in a bucket of water. It's gonna get washed. It's gonna get dried in the sun. And it's gonna get repurposed. And then the light board. So Bally's of this era, they're pretty well all the same. They're 6-digit and 7-digit. You know, you just put this on another piece of wood and you route out the holes to make a new one, which I've done in my other videos as well. But anyways, again, guys, this is Trash to Treasure. I hope it might inspire you to, you know, not look the other way when you come across things like this. And I'm piggybacking this onto the original video of when I showed you how I took it apart. So it sounds like 2 parts, but it's actually 1. A little bit of glue, a little bit of carpentry. And we have the makings of a very solid head for our project. So grafted on the bottom. Remember the yellow one, the original one was all cracked here, was broken there. And then the side. Yeah, a little bit of a hole, but you know, we're gonna fix that. It's on there nice and tight. Once we take this off and paint it, you're never gonna know. So again, the moral of the story, just because something looks like it didn't come from the factory doesn't mean that you won't get some value out of it. So anyway, Russians, this is definitely the end of the video. Keep rocking, keep safe, and we'll talk to y'all later.